A federal employee is testifying at the Senate subcommittee looking into America's hijacked lifelines, and he tells the senators that yes, 1,000 hours of Nixon tapes, and here are the cowardly Hussein. Hijacking America's lifelines, perhaps we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. 100,000. Oh, you'll have to get the numbers from the federal folks and all of that. Good Americans making that video of their hijacked call to me. 424-229-4140. Regional manager of Solari Enterprises is testifying before the Senate subcommittee. Lots of documentaries of her and Enrique Vergara are lying to a lot of folks about their hijacked lifelines. And the senator asked, does your Muslim company harassing a Christian in a wheelchair and many other harassment projects, do you have any ties to ISIS, the Taliban, or Saudi Arabia's other organizations perhaps? And Teresa refuses to answer on the grounds that the cowardly Hussein is holding up his hand in the audience there to tell her to take the fifth. So the ER doctor, Garcetti like spaghetti, is talking to Mom in the hallway, and she says, "You're sure there's no hope?" And the doctor says, "Oh yes," but he looks down at that hole in her jeans and the ragged clothes, and the child in the emergency room has the same condition. And he says, "There's no hope, but yes, little Billy can go on if you just, donate the organs." And little Billy calls out from the emergency room there, "Mom, don't fall for it. I'm okay. Come get me and take me to a decent hospital other than Dignity Health." So Governor Newsom is at a photo op with Archbishop Gomez, and there are a whole lot of these there, as well as other Flight 93 check. My livelihood is AT&T, just like yours. Try to call me. It's also our lifeline. 424-229-4140. Make that video of your hijack call to me, and take all that 93 check imagery to those Garcetti and Newsom, both looking for the presidential bids and not doing a thing about the Muslim Solari Enterprises with their dangerous Mideast ties, harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. Take it, ask them 24/7, wherever you see them. Why is my phone, my family's lifeline, not allowed to work as I try to call Mr. Brady? What's your very active part in that, Mayor, Governor? So the morning show. News guy is prattling on and on about stuff that's not news. Oh, he had a bad experience yesterday. College student. I saw him doing a photo op or something like that, and they had their binder art in their car, Big Fives. Follow the links on those sites, and you can print them out as 4x6s, these Big Fives. Put them in your binder. You have them all the time when you see that photo op. And he goes to the weather guy, and the weather guy goes to that big camera that overlooks the city. And yes, flying right past it is a drone. You see them all the time on YouTube, with one of these on its side. Put a little truth in the news. See if you can get them to do the news. working on Hussein and Trump's phone gate, and also impeach instead of recall, because I'll get to that soon. Taking it easy. That way I get Trump's phone gate, Hussein's phone gate as well. And AT&T somehow monopoly, and what's it? Trust busting. AT&T trust bust because we can't call, and they manage a whole lot of calls. 150 million subscribers. Each of them needs to try to call me and make a video of America's Hijacked Lifeline. Certified mail as well. There's the address right there. The Mormon cult with their Muslim brothers has been on site this Sunday, hating Christianity and saints and truth. If you want to know what designs this image, that is these folks' hatred. And you know, I haven't gotten one bad comment yet about this image or any of the other. Trader Bond and Dignity Health, Adventist Cult, LAC, USC Tech, Keck Medical, excuse me. Haven't gotten one bad comment yet, so yeah, a lot of support. Make that video of your hijacked call to me. 424-229-4140. Not one Flight 93 check calling over a decade of asking with a whole lot of Mormon cult and Muslim cult constantly around and hating that saints imagery as well as America. Truth. So get that on video. Call them up 24/7. You try to call me with them on speakerphone. Or in person. Ask them, what's your part? What are you planning? An invasion? Revolution? Why are you an active part in America's Hijacked Lifeline? Get their reaction and post. I'm Milton. This is my imagery. I check it out on a few of these sites. Like Daffodilia, the Wig site there. 30,000 plus graphic art photos prepared as 4x6 photos. That's how you have to print them. Download, print me out when you print out your next set of family photos. Yes, they're prepared as 4x6s with a little edge around them. That's there to prevent the photo printer from cropping off some of the photo. You have to make sure you get the ones with that actually are graphic art. A lot of these here are from last year or even before, and yeah, I've cut off the border. It can be a little, if you get the stuff printed out, you'll see some of the frames, as I call them sometimes, be a little smaller on the top, a little bigger on the bottom, or one side or the other, and that's there to prevent from being a little smaller here or there and cropping off some of the words, the graphic art. Download, print me out, and yeah, makes for some good tabletop art. Keep the company on that desk, on that nightstand, on that tabletop. Come see me in person and let me define graphic art with your beauty. All you attractive college girls. Look for the handsome bald guy who's wearing his imagery and tell me I'm a handsome bald guy. I have trouble doing two things at once. Unless, of course, it's talking to attractive blonde girls. Tell me to design graphic art around your beauty. Melt stigmatized. 26th of September 2019. Just a quick one. I usually include the eyes, the stigmatized, and the sugar chick parables every morning. I'm Melton, son of a carpenter, married. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers. I'm married. That's gold. I'm the son of a carpenter. I get to tell parables. And yeah, some of my graphic art. Smaller brown circles disappearing, gone. Bigger blue circles can be bigger, smaller. You'll notice the white part on the brown. The brown can be darker brown. The tan can be lesser, more white, brighter, lighter. Know what's going on? Come see me in person, because you're gonna try and call me, and you're gonna see the devil stealing your call. So come see me in person. Yes, it's Louisiana outside. Been doing some lamination. But it's Louisiana. Louisiana? What's that? That's Louisiana. A shrill voice screaming, an angry brunette screaming, and a little rain. That's all it needs to be Louisiana. I am Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers, my Mary Ann. Son of a carpenter and Mary, I get to make parables. And I've been putting my audio documentaries of dangerous Muslim Iranian Salari calling to complain about the noise from the Mormon cult and the Muslim cult directly below me. Been doing that for a while, but I'm going back to sort. Got June through September. And yeah, of course I can't put all of it on there. Like that time I called up and someone picked up the line and said, Abdul, take your terrorists out of Pakistan, put them in Iran. I have work for you there. Make that video if you had that call to me, see terrorists at work on American soil. Post. Be the reporter. Archbishop Gomez has been praying to the 9/11 Muslim devil down below instead of doing his job. And he's having a nightmare. Yeah, Dad's talking to him. And Dad says, why are you doing the exact opposite of what true believers through the centuries and millennia have done? When else will your phone not be allowed to work? Something you can ask Archbishop Gomez when he is awake. When else will our phone not be allowed to work? What are you doing other than that with the wrong folks? Why aren't you doing what's right? Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines with Archbishop Gomez in them. Why aren't you looking into that? Why are you a part of that with impersonators? LA Mayor Garcetti is going for a walk this Sunday, and he can't resist a photo op. So when some photo journalists, some just plain good Americans with a phone, makes a video like this one, ask him about Melton not getting one Flight 93 check, 9/11 Flight 93 check in over a decade of asking. Garcetti just rolls his eyes and he says, oh, I'm just waiting for the Mormon cult, Muslim cult, antique terrorists, and West Solari Enterprise worked themselves into a frenzy. I've got a presidential bid on the way, and I hope they'll take this ugly matter of truth out of the running. Billy, Police Chief Michael Moore, is having a photo op because one of his Oriental officers committed crime. And he's got one sunglasses covering both of his eyes, not because he's Hollywood, although he is, but because he's got two black eyes, one from the Mormon cult perverts on site with Solari Enterprises, that antique terrorist here harassing a Christian in a wheelchair past 2.5 years, and one black eye from the dangerous Iranians and on American soil with Solari Enterprise. Someone asked, why aren't you doing something about that? And he says, I'm just waiting for that dangerous Muslims to kill him, and that chant gets going. Recall because we can't call. Recall because we can't call. Michael Moore, of course. Trump has made his way to the Senate subcommittee amid a crowd chanting, recall because we can't call, or perhaps impeach because we can't call. Not one Flight 93 check in over a decade of asking guys. No certified mail, no non-certified mail, no FedEx, no UPS. Make that video a phone gate right now. And yes, it's a GIMP program, so it's easy to change to impeach. He gets in there and the senator asks him, excuse me, I'm a handsome bald guy, I have trouble doing two things at once, but you got lots of choices. And the senator asks, why were you suppressing truth? And he said Putin was worried it'd turn into a Watergate. There's a long line of folks at the Lake Charles Hospital, and someone asks about it, and they're told, yeah, that's those federal agents preparing for the Senate subcommittee. And the woman at the front of the line, she leans forward and whispers, does this include not only the traitor bonds, Laurie Ann Brady Bond, Samuel Lynn Bond, but the administrator and any certain doctors there? And he says, yeah, if you got phone, audio, or video of them being treasonous, by all means. And yes, also includes Elias Properties of Monroe and West Monroe, Glenwood Hospital of West Monroe. I talked to the Eliases many times over the phone, and yeah, it's my AT&T livelihood and lifeline years as well was going on and still going on. We are at a Mayor Garcetti photo op, and a college student is there, and he's holding up a big 5. I got plenty of them. A lot of other Flight 93 check imagery as well. And the college student, holds up his phone, and a girlfriend's there, tries to call me, and he asks Mayor Garcetti, why aren't you doing something about America's hijack lifeline? This man's been asking for Flight 93 checks with these big 5s here for a long time, a decade, and he's yet to get one. And Garcetti looks a little closer. He says, what big 5? What man? Yeah, I have that trouble a lot with US folks. Can be kind of nearsighted. That's why I tell you to print out those 5s and bring them up close to the front and ask him about that Flight 93 check. Not one in a decade. My OneDrive with check 424-229-4140 and posting5@outlook.com. Now, I'm thinking about taking the Tommies off the low def, audios and Link 6L even, and just having it for the Saints. These are from the weekend. All Saints is like something like this. And a slideshow. Some laminated, some not. A couple of them not. And yeah, that's the tree out in front. Got a Saint that needs an image? Try to call me 424-229-4140. See the devil. Stealing your call. Then make that video of that. And yeah, find the Saints imagery as a low def right there. Hope to get the link on the Excel soon. Come see me in person. Tell me all about that Saint that needs an image after you make that video of your hijack call to me trying to do that. Testing out the new camera on the phone with the new micro SIM card. Is that what it's called? And here's what I'm working on right now as far as getting any background you want for the Saints imagery September 1, what I've already done in a different font, but getting it as Old English. It's a nice font. He is thinking of doing the next Testament. I'm Melton in it. John Melton Brady. And that's a card there, I believe. But yes, you can get Saints and the other stuff as well. And this is 300 and something, less than 400. You can choose which one you want. And choose from these, add your own. You just got to make sure the other ones are off. And you just have trouble with moving them up or down in the stack. And you got that. Check it out. Hope to have it on a OneDrive soon. And pass it along. Tell those who want, Saints imagery from Melton. You can get any background you want. And just pass it along. Tell them to come see me in person when they see the devil stealing that Saints image. Got a Saint that needs an image? Yeah, 424-229-4140. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Melton. And then come see me in person to tell me all about that Saint that needs an image. Yes, I say this often because it's true. That's how they placed the cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Hussein, the fetus haters. So make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Post, come see me in person. Eagle Rock, neighborhood in northern Los Angeles. $4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, that's it right there. Apartment 409, 4th floor. Make those videos of America's hijacked lifelines. Religious persecution that affects everyone's lifelines. So get it on video, post. Get that chant going. At those political rallies, recall, because we can't call. I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check of America's lifelines for over a decade. I've yet to get one. Recall because we can't call. Bring it up at those political rallies and give those politicians an opportunity to choose their path. And yeah, come see me in person at Whitwell Travel. Show me the perfect place to build. Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present to greatness. Harbinger Mormon cult, altering that video yet again. Oh, not the video. The we're on Rodeo Emmett. It started out as a saint, and after I was halfway designed, they butchered on site. Not with anything that goes through the internet, but with a computer not connected to the internet. And what's this here? They were polite. They closed my door for me. That I always have open. As I went to did a video of my trees to Calcutta there. Find at saints-imagery.blogspot.com as a 4x6. And yeah, this is what they don't like. So check it out, post and repost my videos and my imagery. Oh, look up. Handsome bald guy. Sleek wheelchair. Eagle Rock out there. Some nice shadows. I gotta take some photos and design some imagery with that. April and Ashley, two college angels. Showing the college crowd where Melton, handsome bald guy, is and how he can define graphic art with your beauty. If you talk to anyone during the past decade about my imagery or anything else, you have talked to those folks who will be the Senate subcommittee kind of thing in one way, shape, form, or another. Simple concept. When you see someone besides me, my changing eyes, in this apartment, immaculate apartment with that nice view to the east and nice view to the west, you see someone besides me. We've started doing that. Building Jesus' immaculate house. Tearing down that great wall of evil that you already see crumbling. Come see me in person and let's do that. For the September 8th Saints. Videos up against the counter, the back, right there. This is an old YouTube. I think this is the only thing on it now. Oldest 2011B. Check it out. I hope to, if I can find where to do it. I hope you get, like the header and stuff. There's some nice saints in. I think that fit there. But yeah, I'm just playing it by ear right now as well. I've got these up there. Follow the link. Check them out. And saints-imagery.blogspot.com. And it doesn't have it. It is where to find. There we go. So these things as 4x6 photos. Download, print them out. Give them to folks who would appreciate the Saints imagery as 4x6 photos. Some Mormon cult princesses have gotten a tip from their Saudi or Iranian sisters, brothers. They rushed across town. Abby, little old lady, her kids are on the other coast. She's recently widowed. They pushed their way into her home. They read to her from the cartoon Bible. They say that disrespectful prayer, our Heavenly Father, please don't let any of our Mormon cult missionaries or our Muslim brothers on American soil because of us, don't let them get caught a raping or a stealing in Jesus' name. We disrespectfully pray. And that's when Abby hits that couch horn. They jump so high, they drop that Mormon cult directory so you can Call up all of them and ask when else your phone won't be allowed to work. What's their part in America's compromised security? That is our hijacked lifelines. Now this is the Great Wall of Chinese Evil, a daunting and bizarre fashion. No, it's not like that. Hasn't been for 3 years. I don't recall, I think it did that before, they did that before to taunt and distract. But I do not remember what happened to fix it. I've taken the battery out, it should reset. It's not doing that. That's just bizarre. That is the devil. If anybody knows what I mean by the Chinese streets, ask them. They'll explain what that is. Get it on video. Those 1,000 tales of the devil's people being much more bizarre than this, and much more a threat to our world than this. Remember to post and repost my Melton's imagery, John Melton Brady. That's my contact right there. This is a photo of the Mormon cult, the Muslim cult, the Chinese, AT&T, next door with Spectrum. Bought Spectrum to arrest a Christian in a wheelchair. And yeah, make a 10-second video of this. Laminate. Takes out that curve of the photo paper. Put it on your desk. What, 10 cents, 20 cents? You don't know where to shop? Have a drawer full of them. And yeah, email, text. Print out 100 for your friends at that party. And yeah, come see me, Melton. That's my address, 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Look for the handsome bald guy on the sharp wheelchair. And yes, that will travel show us the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house. Best people to start building with. He'll do it in person. And yes, the Chinese and all their laptops are going crazy as shit. Come see me. Let's get started on those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present to greatness. Post and repost all of my imagery. 30,000 plus graphic art photos. Plenty of videos too. Pass them out on flash drives. all over the world and post and repost to YouTube. Be a part of tumbling the great wall of evil that runs YouTube and building a better world. Trump has flown in from Washington to personally attend to something here in Los Angeles. He's got properties, a hotel, and he is sternly talking to a maid. He says, when these Iranians are at our hotel, make sure you don't do the laundry unless you know what you're doing. Apparently they had taken one of that Iranian royal family's bed sheets that they wear. Big hubbub, and they're chanting outside, recall because we can't call me, John Milton Bragg, 424-229-4140. And Trump says to that Mideast guy, he says, don't worry, they won't impeach me. Putin has too much of an investment here. David runs a news station that caters to special interests. They can't do any kind of story that the Chinese, the Muslims, the Mormons don't approve of. Anyway, David's got the morning meeting going, and he's telling them all, you're here to be in between me and those folks who want to know the truth about us not doing our job as far as America's high-tech lifelines goes. And just then Susan's phone starts ringing in her pocket, and after a while David says, aren't you going to answer that? And she says no. Yeah, the Wormwood Dale audio would be interrupted. She hates that. I'll just turn the ringer off. LAPD, Michael Moore, is at a photo op. He's been explaining why they, who knows, maybe they gunned down another unarmed man. And he is hearing that chant, recall because we can't call, and I didn't even know police chiefs could be recalled. But they're holding up big fives. You can make these the size of a poster, and it's really the size of the 8x10s. He sees them everywhere he goes, and they ask, why aren't you doing something about Muslim Safari Enterprises with their Mormon cult folks from Utah harassing that Christian in the wheelchair who's been asking America in the world check the lifelines for over a decade? And he says, well, I'm just hoping somebody with Muslim Safari Enterprises or one of those others will up and kill him. I want to have to hear about that anymore. I'm Milton, and this is my skyline imagery. Check it out on some of these sites. Follow links on DNFD series, daffodillia.blogspot.com. ChristComplex2.wixsite.com/daffodillia. You'll find cloud imagery, skyline imagery, flower imagery. All prepared as full basics photos. Print me out. I keep you company on that desk, on that nightstand, on that tabletop. And yes, look for the handsome bald guy wearing his imagery, riding on top of gold, sleek wheelchair, And yes, make that video of your hijack call to me, 424-229-4140. Save the video for the Senate Subcommittee. Come see me in person. Molly. And I can put your contact right there where mine is, or make it a little bigger, maybe. More easily seen. This is my latest links Excel on the OneDrive and the Christ Complex 2 at gmail.com. Google Drive as well. It's got the audio documentaries. I've started. I don't know if I can keep it up. We got a lot to do. I hope to get back to that. It's a whole bunch of me calling up Muslim Salari Enterprises conducting harassment against a Christian in a wheelchair. 2.5 years now. They got 20 plus regulatory agencies they have to answer to. That's what Enrique Vergara told me. And yeah, get them trying to call me in front of them. Ask them, why are you harassing a Christian in a wheelchair with your hate from the Mormon cult and the Muslim cult directly below him? That's your lifeline involved in that as well. Get it on video. Just put August 2019 Melton's 4x6 photos. My graphic art, like these right here, might be the same background. And yes, I googled, it's on Flickr, it's on the OneDrive if you know where to look for them. And I googled, there are 19,429 municipalities, so that many mayors or whatever you might call them in your neck of the woods. Hold up my imagery, those big fives, Flight 93 check imagery. Hussein can't have just anybody voting perhaps, and ask that mayor, when else will my phone not be allowed to work? What are you doing about that? Make it into a poster. You can do that. A concerned parishioner talked to his local priest, and the priest took him to the bishop, and he's talking to the bishop, and the bishop says, it can be complicated. Often church affairs are like a business. And the man says, yes, I know, but church affairs can be like a business. I pay you good money to educate my child about truth, about ethics, and I want to know why you are not bringing up left and right America's hijack lifelines, the world's hijack lifelines, as we try to call Melton, the John Melton Brady. The general has gone down to the police station again, using his position to get his son with a lot of drug problems out of trouble again. And the police chief says, I can't keep doing this. This is the last time. I'm having folks ask me, because your military base is so close to town, what you know about America's hijack lifelines. And I can't keep doing this with Weirham Waday, all those folks with all kinds of cameras around. And the general says thanks, and before he gets out of the police station, somebody has asked about Melton. Not one Flight 93 check in over a decade of asking what the general's active part is in that. And yes, placing cowardly Husseins and incompetent Trumps in our White House. 9/11 Flight 93 check and post in 5. I was trying out my new phone. Well, this one here was charging. Check and post in 5. Check 424-229-4140 and post in 5. Now I tried to repeat the parable quickly so I can yeah, I have to do it better with this phone in my hand, but still. Brent Stevenson's having a press conference photo op, and he talks about how it happened in the middle of the night, and they looked Russian, but they had that psychedelic political presidential bumper sticker on the back of their cars, and yes, a decade of wiped clean phone records. You don't know how it happened. I never know which is the play button. It says 2 weeks ago was the last upload to check 424-229-4140 and post n5@gmail.com. I had to go to that one because they hated the Saints. YouTube does. Hated the Saints, and they said my Saints imagery was a hate speech. And I keep getting them those hate things, but they literally do not explain what it is that is hate. So I think it's a harbinger cult on hand, but still, make that video. Recall because we can't call all incumbent politicians and all of YouTube. I'm Melton, and this is Gold 8x10, Sharp Wheelchair. And these are my most recent 8x10 orders from York Photos. Make that video if you hijack call to me. Not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. And gold should be one of these. Gold, the 8x10 has been chair-napped. See if you can find him. And yes, recall because we can't call at every incumbent photo op. Recall because we can't call. You see someone crazy as anything, Chinese or other, running around with two. One stolen out of the apartment, one stolen out of my York order, and if I didn't point it out, but 362. If you see that, for some reason they hate this image right here. They butchered it on the computer in the middle of designing a Saints image, and they've butchered it as it was printed and sent to me. Smaller browner circles slowly disappearing. I'm going to show you the bigger bluer circles growing through and around. And yes, very seriously, make that video if you hijack call to me, not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade. And yes, very seriously, if you've seen gold, motorized wheelchair, you can hear him just being sleek, maneuverable. If you've seen gold, the 8x10 Old English photo that drives the Chinese crazy as anything, yeah, bring him back in person. My mail gets stolen, another reason to say impeach and recall Trump. There's one eye, here's the other. Come see me in person, tell me all about that saint that needs an image. Tell me all about our religious censorship that affects our lifelines. And yes, have Will Travis show me a great place to build. The Jesus is Immaculate House. With some big tough protection for my gold and other Old English imagery. Yeah, it's supposed to be the Saints imagery. That's the old one, the Vapor Trail, and I'm not sure if I've updated it or not, but this is going to be the Saints YouTube. Oldest 2011B at gmail.com, so I'm going to try to handle this. It's got a lot of old numbers from 2011. The old number 0911, and it says it's going to take a while to Up here I got it. And you so you can feel that port in. But I'm not sure how you can go other than knowing the thing at this point. Here's where they are on the same videos of the 4x6 from yes, chickenpost5@gmail.com, and that's an old one as well. But here's where they are here. Videos of like 30 of those. That's a 4x6 photo like this. And it's going to be on my links Excel. I got to update my links Excel because it's over there, the primary external hard drive. This is just something I'm using for the laptop here. Yeah, charging it up, and saw that, and it's a nice I'm going to go, oh, right there. There we go. And those are what I uploaded. I think they're fairly low def because I low def them down to 1024 bit rate. So download, post and repost. You can also find a whole lot of other imagery. 30,000 examples of my graphic card at youtube.com/MeltonForImagery, for example. You know what is the top of the devil? Praying to the 9/11 Muslim devil down below. You know what's at the top of that? Yes, Chinese. For those of you who know Chinese, let me show you Chinese. Taunting to inspire anger, but oh, this is the 24 is barely seeable there. But this is Chinese taunting to inspire anger. It's bizarre as hell. Look at that. What would produce that? I've checked every button. Yes, I've had this phone for years. This is the devil. Everybody come laugh at the devil's people are walking among us. Get some popcorn and we'll have a great time. Cleaning the house. Military style.